Most people believe that if they just work harder, save more money, or get lucky one day, wealth will eventually follow. But that's not how wealth actually works. Because if money alone created wealth, then everyone with a good salary would be rich. And yet, they're not. Today, I want to show you the real reason most people never become wealthy, and why it has nothing to do with income, education, or intelligence. It starts in the mind. Here's the biggest misunderstanding about money. Most people think wealth is something you get. In reality, wealth is something you become. Your income is not a reflection of your potential. It's a reflection of your internal limits. Your beliefs about money silently shape how much you think you deserve, how much risk you tolerate, how big you allow yourself to think. And most of these beliefs were formed long before you earned your first paycheck. Think about your childhood. What did you hear about money growing up? Maybe, money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. You should be grateful for what you have. None of these sound harmful, but over time they create invisible ceilings. If you believe money is scarce, you'll always play defense instead of offense. If you believe wealth changes people for the worse, you'll subconsciously push it away. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, not wealthy. Another reason people stay stuck financially has nothing to do with money itself. It's comparison. We constantly compare our behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And without realizing it, this creates pressure, shame, and urgency, which leads to rushed decisions, bad investments, impulse spending, and chasing shortcuts. Hard work is important, but it's not the deciding factor. Millions of people work incredibly hard every single day and remain stuck. Why? Because hard work without the right mindset creates exhaustion, not wealth. Wealthy people don't just work harder. They think differently about leverage, time, opportunity, failure. They ask different questions. Instead of, how much does this pay per hour? They ask, how does this scale? Wealthy people don't just think differently about money, they think differently about time. Most people ask, how can I make money quickly? Wealthy thinkers ask, what will still pay off 5 or 10 years from now? Short-term thinking creates short-term results. Long-term thinking builds compounding advantage. Another major difference is how people view risk. Most people are trained to avoid it at all costs, but avoiding risk doesn't create safety, it creates stagnation. Wealthy thinking doesn't mean reckless behavior, it means understanding calculated risk. They know playing small feels safe, but staying small is the real danger. And this mindset shift alone separates the wealthy from everyone else. Here's something few people talk about. Your financial reality will never exceed your self-image. If deep down you see yourself as someone who is bad with money, is not a business person, is not meant to be rich, then every opportunity will feel uncomfortable. Your identity always wins. Before wealth shows up in your bank account, it must feel normal in your mind. Another hidden factor is decision fatigue. When money feels stressful, every choice becomes heavier. You delay decisions, you avoid responsibility. Wealth isn't built on perfect choices, it's built on consistent ones. The good news? Beliefs are learned, which means they can be unlearned. The wealthy constantly expose themselves to new ways of thinking, different role models, environments that expand what feels possible. They upgrade their inputs, what they read, what they watch, who they listen to. Change the input, and the output follows. Your environment shapes your financial behaviour more than motivation ever will. If everyone around you struggles, complains, or avoids responsibility, your brain registers that as normal. Growth feels uncomfortable because it separates you from the familiar. That's why levelling up often feels lonely at first. Wealth is not about luck. It's not about working endlessly, and it's not about being special. It's about alignment between your thoughts, your decisions, and your identity. If you want to build wealth, you must first think like someone who already has it. At the core of wealth is something rarely discussed: self-trust. People who build wealth trust themselves to figure things out. They don't wait for perfect clarity, they move first and adjust along the way. Wealth isn't a reward, it's a reflection of how you think, how you decide, and how you see yourself. Change the internal system, and the external results will follow. This channel is about exactly that: understanding the psychology behind money and rewiring your mindset for a different financial future.